Hey everyone, welcome to the Raw Reset. I'm Amber, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds utilizing the raw food lifestyle. Today's recipe is going to be a carne asada chipotle bowl. So if you're like me, I really miss chipotle, and so I wanted to do a raw twist inspired by their bowl. So stay tuned for another fabulous raw recipe. All right, guys, to get started with this recipe, we're going to start by marinating some mushrooms. Now I'm using lion's mane mushrooms. These are going to work the best. If you can't find these, you can use another type of mushroom, but these we're going to tear into chunks to resemble the steak-like, to have like the steak-like texture. So these are going to work the best. Again, if you can't find them, I understand. They're kind of hard to come by. Okay, so I'm going to use both of these containers here. And for the marinade, we need a little bit of sea salt. We need a lime, some lime juice. We need some onion powder. We need some garlic powder. We need some chili powder. We need some smoked paprika. And we need a little bit of coconut aminos. Okay. All right, so I've washed these mushrooms and I took the strainer and just really tried to air dry it as much as possible in the sink. We want as little moisture as possible in these mushrooms. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and kind of squeeze any moisture out of them. And they'll kind of bounce back, which is good. It means they're kind of dry. All right, and I'm going to set these aside on another dry paper towel while we get our marinade going. All right, now that the moisture is squeezed out, our mushrooms are hanging out over there, we're going to start our marinade. All right, for our marinade, we're going to start with a tablespoon of coconut aminos. We need a tablespoon of fresh lime juice. We need a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. We need a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I think that's going to do it for my jar. All gone. We need a half a teaspoon of chili powder. We need 1 teaspoon of cumin. We need a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And we need a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, and that is our marinade. We're going to whisk this together. Oh, and some sea salt, sorry. We need some sea salt. I'm using this one. You can use whatever salt you want though. Okay, we're gonna give this a whisk. This is so aromatic. You can smell all the spices. This is where our flavor comes from. Okay, that looks great. So now we're going to add our mushrooms. Now we're going to shred these like that. So they look kind of like pieces. This one was too big. They need to look like little steak chunks. Or however you want them to look, I guess. But I'm going for little steak chunks. See this shreds? You can say it's like chicken too. I'm going for more of a steak flavor though. All right, now we're gonna mix this around and try to get this well incorporated here. All right, now that they're well seasoned, I'm gonna go get a dehydrator sheet. All right, now that our little steak bits are all nice and evenly distributed throughout the tray, we're gonna put them in the dehydrator for 115 degrees for 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. So I will see you in an hour and a half. Okay guys, so our mushrooms have about 20 minutes left before they're done. So I wanted to start on our cilantro lime cauliflower rice that we're gonna need to build our bowl. So let's get started on that. Okay guys, I riced up some cauliflower. This was about a fourth of a cauliflower, a head of cauliflower, about a fourth of the head, and put it in a bowl. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And I'm going to add about a cup of cilantro. And we're going to get that all mixed together. Okay, beautiful. Now we're going to add a little bit of salt. About 2 pinches of salt there. I'm going to give that a little taste. That's great. Okay, guys, this looks beautiful. Now our mushrooms are about finished, and we'll start building our bowl. All right, guys, our mushrooms are perfectly done, and they're not too hard. They're still a little soft, but they're perfectly meaty here. So I'm going to build our bowl. I have our cilantro lime rice. I have some smashed avocado with some lime juice and salt. I have some romaine lettuce. I have some of my Mexican street corn recipe, which I'll link above if you haven't tried that yet. I have some pico de gallo. I have some sour cream, some cashew sour cream. And I have some cashew cheese sauce. And I have a little bit of cilantro and some limes for garnish. So I'm going to build the bowl and give this a taste. Guys, I'm so excited to try this. It looks so good. All right. It's got our cheese sauce, sour cream, or our smashed avocado, guacamole. Has my Mexican street corn, the mushrooms, lettuce, and of course that cauliflower lime cilantro rice. So I'm going to mix it all together so I can get everything. All right, give it a taste. Make sure I get a mushroom. All right, here we go. It's so good with the sour cream and the cheese sauce. And I will put directions below to the sour cream and the cheese sauce. It was so good. Raw carne asada chipotle bowl. Delish. If you're considering going raw or just starting off, I've created a raw reset beginner guide. You can download that for free, and I've linked that in the comments below. And you can also join me in Jillian Berry's Club Raw, which I highly recommend for accountability and support, and to meet lots and lots of great people and new friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys love this video. Please leave the comments below. I love reading your comments. I'll see you on the next video. God bless.